Thank you for making time with us this morning. Hawaii Matters. My name's Kathy with a K, and we are so grateful to have Chanda Park from SafeRide Hawaii here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Gosh, there's so many ways that I want to begin the conversation about SafeRide Hawaii. So I'm the designated driver, and I wasn't always a responsible driver. And I knew about making better choices, and even more so, understanding how it's always been a choice and people can continue to make better choices. SafeRide Hawaii is one of those options. Chanda, share with us how SafeRide Hawaii came to be.
SafeRide Hawaii came to be because of my daughter, Azalia Park. She was on her way to see the very first Christmas light show at the Aloha Stadium. So her, along with 3 of her girlfriends, and she was in the crosswalk, and she was struck by a drunk driver who then fled the scene. And 3 days later, she was pronounced brain dead because he crashed into her, and she was only 21 years old.
Can you talk about Azalia before that night during the holiday season in 2020? What was she like? Was she the oldest, the youngest?
Oldest.
The oldest of 3. Oldest of 3.
So, yeah, she was the oldest, and just very fun.
I've seen images of her online, and a great smile. She looked kolohe. You can't hide that, any kind of pictures and things.
But that was her first priority, fun. She would choose watching the sunset, over any responsibilities that she may have had. Yeah. She knew how to prioritize life. And she taught me a lot of lessons.
As Azalia is the eldest of your 3 children, what was that like when she became the older sister for the first time? Was she welcoming for that?
They're only a year apart. However, yes, she was very welcoming and just a wonderful, wonderful older sister. And then when her brother came along, he's 8 years younger. So she was like a second mom.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, she had to have the leadership and the example through you to understand how to take care and how to look out. So that's really good.
So he's 17 now, and he misses her terribly. And so does her sister.
Chanda, how do you and your family continue to celebrate Azalia's life, I guess her legacy?
Yeah, that's why we created SafeRide Hawaii, so that we can honor her. And, we say that we want to honor her legacy of living a life of love, joy, and contribution. She volunteered a lot herself. And she's just, an amazing young woman, wonderful young woman. And we created this because we wanted to bring about change. And we wanted to do something in her honor where I can make sure that her name will always be remembered.
For SafeRide Hawaii, it is an organization, volunteer-based, where people can, is it within 24 hours or 8 hours of an event, reach out to SafeRide Hawaii, schedule a pickup. SafeRide Hawaii will come to the location, drive the driver, and then also have somebody drive their vehicle safely to their home, their residence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We have an app. It's called SafeRide Now, and we can adjust the timing. Right now, when we started off, we had it based on 24 hours in advance for reservations. Right now, we cut it down to 12, and we're working on cutting it down even further to 6 hours. And just so that we can have the volunteers, scheduled for this pickup, but that's how they can order the ride. And I always let people know, if you're unable to order it from the app because say you're ordering it 11 hours instead of 12 and the app won't allow you to book the ride, just call.
But Chanda, for SafeRide Hawaii, how did that develop? How did that evolve from Azalia in 2020 being involved in that accident that ended what could have been to now giving her life another kind of meaning with SafeRide Hawaii?
It was a lot of brainstorming with family and friends and everyone who loved Azalia, and just thinking, okay, what can we do? What is needed? You know, find a need and fill it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a service that some friends knew about because it's huge in Asia.
Oh.
There's a company there that has been around for, I want to say 30 years in Japan. It's used in Korea. And when we started researching that, I had friends send me companies from Seattle, LA, and we thought, we don't have that service here in Hawaii, and it's needed. And I feel that sometimes people don't mean to drive intoxicated. Maybe they weren't even planning on drinking that night. Maybe they were planning on being the DD. And they make that choice to drive home intoxicated because of the fact that they don't want to leave their car there. And then they end up convincing themselves, no, I can drive. I don't want to leave my car here, you know? And so that's why we came up with SafeRide Hawaii, so that it eliminates another excuse, right, that people have. Oh, no, I need to get my car home. Great. We will do that for you.
Some individuals feel that they're being judged, and it's like, no, please celebrate responsibly. That, you know, it's just like, if you want to have a drink, if you want to have more drinks, the key to SafeRide Hawaii and other options, carpooling, the ride share, is to be safer. SafeRide Hawaii, when I first heard about it, I thought, what a great idea. It's so good. And I still, have friends, and I let them know, it's just like, please call me. I'm not going to be in Waialua, and I live in town, but that's fine. Just call me, It's fine. What has been the response? Because it's primarily volunteer based. How do people discover SafeRide, and how do they become involved in the volunteer capacity?
When we get invited to events with High 93, SafeRide was invited to be at their table. And there are times that people will order through our app, and I will ask, how did you hear about us? And they said, oh, I seen you at an event. And so that's how we get out there.
Have there been other hurdles or obstacles to get more people to use it? Because if they use SafeRide Hawaii the first time, do you see repeat users or easier reference? So
yes.
The pros are you get home safely and your vehicle gets home safely.
Yes.
What are the cons up until somebody actually uses SafeRide Hawaii?
It's something that you mentioned earlier, that people may feel that they're being judged. And I feel that, I don't know if it's a culture everywhere. I know it's definitely a culture in Hawaii where there's so many people that feel that they still can drive. Oh no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm not drunk, and I hear that a lot. And no, it's okay. I don't want to inconvenience you. It's not an inconvenience. We want to provide this service. But that's something that we have gotten a lot of comments like that. But once they use the service, they use it, over and over again. They refer people, and we only got great feedback.
This is Hawaii Matters. My name's Kathy with a K, and I'm here with Chanda Park of SafeRide Hawaii. SafeRide Hawaii was based on various rideshare vehicle delivery systems throughout Asia. Azalia Park, 21 years old, the eldest daughter of Chanda Park, the older sister of two siblings, a younger sister, a younger brother, in 2020 on her way to enjoy lights at Aloha Stadium. She was in a marked crosswalk with friends. A young man under the influence of alcohol drove his vehicle through the crosswalk, and Azalia sustained injuries. 3 days later, she had passed in the hospital. We want everyone to know that you can celebrate responsibly. It's the vehicle getting behind the wheel. That's what SafeRide Hawaii wants to celebrate with you. We want you to be here for another day, for another holiday season. SafeRide Hawaii, it's 3 years.
Yes.
3 years. Do you remember the first event SafeRide Hawaii was utilized at?
I want to say it's probably my fiance and I. So he is the co-founder of SafeRide Hawaii. Amphi Champathong. It was the two of us because till this day, we still are volunteer drivers. We do many of the pickups.
So what was that like creating SafeRide Hawaii? You get that first phone call. It's like, we need a pickup and, you guys drive me home. And so like on your way to the location, did you recall like
gratification? Yeah. And just that feeling that we saved a life or possibly multiple lives that night just by taking a little time, out of our day and grateful that this person was willing to use our service.
For events, is there a spike during the year since it's been in effect?
No, only because I feel that our name still needs to get out there.
Yeah.
And even our service, as much as I can, I'm out here speaking about it, sharing about what we do. And it's my hope that this will be a service that is normal to people.
Hawaii Matters. My name's Kathy with a K here with SafeRide Hawaii, Chanda Park. You can celebrate responsibly. We just want you to make the choice to be safe for yourself and be safe for other people, pedestrians and other motor vehicle operators. SafeRide Hawaii providing that option. For volunteering, how can people volunteer or what other kind of ways can people donate to support SafeRide Hawaii?
We do have our website, saferidehawaii.org. You can donate by going on the website, and you can also sign up to be a volunteer through the website.
When I think about your daughter Azalia and how, like you were saying, looking out for her siblings, and there's no way to know where she would be right now. You know her best. I mean, what do you think Azalia would be thinking about you creating, like volunteering your time to have SafeRide Hawaii for the community?
She would volunteer here and there because Amphi, he actually, before he went into private practice to become an estate attorney, he worked for the state and he was a program manager for CASA, Court Appointed Special Advocates. So through his work, there were a lot of volunteer programs. So she would volunteer with him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hawaii Matters. My name's Kathy with a K here with SafeRide Hawaii co-founder Chanda Park. Any kind of message you want to share to encourage people to be more responsible?
So if I could just share a quick story, I want to say that I'm grateful for Pacific Media Group and for the Department of Transportation who got SafeRide Hawaii to service the event. In fact, it was my birthday, but
Happy
I chose
belated
to be
birthday.
there. Thank you. So, it was a great birthday gift. I was standing in the parking lot and I seen this couple exit the event. Just by watching them walk to their car, I could tell that they were both drinking in there. And this couple was reversing. The car was right behind them and they were blasting their horn. Rolled down the window, was yelling at them to stop, and the man still continued driving. So he reversed right into their car. And then he pulled forward, and then he was reversing into them again. And it was a huge car, an SUV, so he didn't even see them. The man who got hit, he got out of his car. The man that hit him got out of his car, and he said, what are you doing? And he goes, clearly you're drunk. I can smell the alcohol on you. And he said, let your wife drive. Why are you driving? So they switch seats. She gets out, but she stumbles. So I can tell that she's been drinking too. I walked over to our SafeRide table, grabbed the SafeRide card, and I went there and I knocked on his window. He's now in the passenger seat. Wife is in the driver's seat. And I said, please let us drive you home. Use our service. This is what we do. I will have a driver get in your car, drive you and your wife home. And another driver will be right behind to pick up that driver. Please use our service. And I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do, what to say. They're intoxicated. I don't know if he's going to get angry. And I'm so grateful that he said yes. And the volunteer driver, when I asked him, you know, he knew driving them home that they were both very, very intoxicated. For me, that was the best birthday gift that I could receive, is, you know, knowing that we save lives.
Chanda, I'm so glad that you were there on your birthday. You were working on your birthday, you're volunteering. I hear you. That's a great example where if you're witnessing something, you have also experienced people being resistant to it. But I'm so glad that you persisted and they had the awareness maybe to just let go and say, yes, please.
We could use this.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. SafeRide Hawaii, there are ways that people, organizations and parties can book the service.
Yes.
How much time?
A week before the event, let us know. Do your best to turn in all your reservations at that time. And then, you know, we check back about 2 days before if there's any last minute reservations, especially for the big events.
If you think it's a great idea to have a designated driver plus a designated driver for the vehicle, SafeRide Hawaii is one to have. Chanda Park, thank you so much for sharing your stories. And I do hope that we'll work to a point where people are booking SafeRide Hawaii, but really the end effect is to party responsibly, not getting behind the wheel, choosing to be safe for everyone in our community. Thank you, Chanda Park. Visit SafeRideHawaii.com for more information. To replay or share this episode, look for Hawaii Matters at most streaming platforms and YouTube. For Pacific Media Group, I'm Kathy with a K. Mahalo.